Hi, my name is Climate Savage and I'm doing Classical Civilisations AS level. And today I'm going to be looking at the theme of slaves in the Odyssey, Homer's Odyssey. It's like my new hat. I got it from the winter hat box and look, it broke, pom-pom's broken off. So that made me quite sad. Anyway, so today I'm going to be looking at slaves. Sorry, song's a bit loud in the background. Shh, Ian. Okay, so slaves. In the Odyssey, slum slaves are not loyal to the household. We don't like these ones, like Melantho. We hate her. Penelope like raised her and everything. But in spite of this, the girl has no sympathy for Penelope. Don't like her. She's also brought up in the household, but she's still disloyal. She's sleeping with the suitors. We don't like her. She's traitorous. It's probably her, to be honest, that told the suitors that Penelope was unweaving the shroud. I don't quite remember that. We don't know who it is. There's also Melanthius. Oh, we don't like Melanthius Herder. He wanted Telemachus dead too. So that shows that he's traitorous too. Slaves are not necessarily born in slavery. Eumaeus used to be a prince, and which was sad. He got taken over from his homeland. He said, "There's something else I would gladly pay you for my passage." That's what they said. And in his childish innocence, he followed her. And now he's a slave. That's sad. But slaves don't actually look after things as well if they're not told to of their master's leave. Like poor Argos, he's one of my favourite characters. The little dog. He's left to rot on a pile of dung. So, I don't know what Euryclea was doing. If I was a slave, I'd be like, well, my priority to be the dog. I'd want a friend. But no. So those are the mean slaves. But now we're going to look at the good slaves. And Oikos ensures that slaves are not treated badly and are just part of the household. Like Euryclea, we like Euryclea. She's nice. On page 262, she says when she is told not to say anything, she obeys. I think it's for Odysseus. He's like, "Don't tell anyone that I'm Odysseus," and she's like, "Oh, Odysseus, you know how staunch and unyielding my spirit is. I'll keep as silent as a block of stone or iron." Yep, very good. That's what you should do. On page 14, about Laertes' attitude towards Euryclea, he says, "He has treated her in his home with all respect due to a loyal wife, though for fear of his wife's displeasure..." No, this isn't right. Oh yeah, so for fear of his wife's displeasure, he had not slept with her. And she, out of all the household women, loved most, for she had nursed him as a child. I am nursed Odysseus as a child. That's nice. On page 301, Penelope says to Euryclea, and shows that she has more respect towards Euryclea than towards the other female slaves. She said, "I'd soon have sent her packing to the servants' quarters in tears. Your rage can at least save you from that." She's being a bit derogatory, but it shows that she likes her. On how Euryclea became part of the household, we learn that Laertes had procured her at his own cost long ago when she was still a girl for the price of 20 oxen. He has treated her in his home with all the respect due to a loyal wife, and as we heard before, though for the fear of his wife's displeasure, he had not slept with her. Very good. I think don't sleep with them anyway, you've got a wife. So Laertes is good about Laertes. But there's an inconsistency in the lives of slaves. Like Dolius is good, we like him. I don't really remember, I don't think he comes into it much. But remember who his daughter is, Melantho. We've gone over her. We don't like Melantho. She is an evil little mean person. And we learn that all-seeing Zeus takes half the good out of a man on the day he becomes a slave, which is quite sad. Odysseus says to Philocteus, "You clearly are an honourable and thoughtful man, as I can tell you are a man who can be trusted." So you can trust some of them. Athenius says to Odysseus, "You must first of all go to the swineherd in charge of your pigs. He is as loyal to you as ever, and he is devoted to your son and your wise queen Penelope." So yeah, so like Odysseus tested all the slaves, remember? So Eumaeus, yep, he's good. Melanthius says to Odysseus and Eumaeus, "As for Telemachus, may Apollo with a silver bow shoot him down in the palace this very day." I don't know what that means. What? Okay, pretend I didn't say that. If you know what that means, like, comment or write it in your own book. Not sure, sorry. I'll try and look it up and write it in the description. On page 289, Odysseus says to the suitors, "You never thought to see me back from Troy, so you fleeced my household, you raped my maids." Yeah. So, they raped the maids and stuff, so slaves don't have much say over stuff. Although the lads, though, seem to enjoy the suitors being there. Telemachus says this about women slaves. "I swear I will not give a decent death to women who have heaped insults on my head and on my mother's and slept with the suitors." Because they're all killed, aren't they? They're all hung, all the women slaves. Well, most of them, the bad ones. Sorry, this is just quotes, really. A slave's child by master can be honoured as a legitimate child. Odysseus about like the disloyal women slaves, ratings back a second ago back to Telemachus. He says, "A group of women, the suitors' regular mistresses, came trooping out of the house, giggling and joking among themselves. Odysseus' anger rose in him. He growled inside himself in outrage at their wickedness, because they are bad." Yeah. So that's some quotes and some stuff about slaves. So, sorry, I haven't given much help on this one. So you kind of just need to look at those quotes and see if they fit in. Or, for example, the ones about women and stuff you can like see is like disloyalty. If there was a question about oikos, and you can write about that with slaves then. So basically, listen to the quotes that I've said and see what they fit in with. So good luck with your classical civilizations. Yes, lovely, Sam. That was the theme of slaves in the Odyssey by Homer.